Aora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a Watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. My God came back. He would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a Watcher now, and a Watcher you will stay.
A Watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved merry gourd. The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Sit. Please. Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too much. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. Does everything appear to be in order? Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's...
Tell me, do you remember when we last met? Your memory must have faltered in sun and shadow as well.
She slaps a card down, a broken bell in a tower. The crack of the card on the table ripples through your soul like a shockwave, leaving you momentarily disoriented.
There will be time to deal with that later.
Her black eyes stare through...
You had need of the gods once before. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothis. Of this, we are certain. Though Aothis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced Watcher. You have a choice, Watcher. Your soul has wandered into the Beyond. Your options are to serve me in pursuit of Aothis, or to accept death and be returned to the wheel.
With the last word, her features darken, the sockets of her eyes going black, her cheeks becoming so translucent that her teeth glow through the skin. She casually tosses a card on the table. It lands crookedly in front of you. The illustration features a great wooden wheel. Some souls cling to the spokes. Others are grabbing hold. Still others are letting go of the wheel and floating in every direction.
Unfortunate. This will prove much more difficult without someone of your unique talents and...
The dwarf nods, the supernaturally wide smile returning to his face. No sooner has Berath spoken than you feel yourself dissolve. It is not an unpleasant sensation, something between falling asleep and drifting on a warm current. Your essence is pulled through the Audra, where it mingles with the stuff of thousands of other souls. Your thoughts, your memories, even your identity as the Watcher, fade like a dream. Eventually, your soul reforms and finds its way into a small, crawling thing of fur and claws. You know the world by sound and scent, as food and danger. The concerns of gods and nations are beyond you. It is a simple and satisfactory existence.
Ado, Waterocadno. On behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley. Wait, Annie, and I will make you a fame some. I take... I will... Vox in my apology.
You've been at sea a while. You might...
Allow me to...
Not to say that I ain't...
The we to say it, get I... Bet me on as that...
Adding to that,
He's... I...
An aged dwarf. You can see his smile.
Sit. Please. Thank you for joining.
A pale. She's
Your brush with the Does everything appear to be in... Good. Welcome to the Beyond.
The dwarf's rictus.
Tell me, do you remember when we last... Your memory must have faltered in sun...
She slaps a card down.
There will be time to deal with that later. You had need of the gods once. The being that occupied Odnuis, though Aethys stole a large fragment of your soul, you and he are still connected. No. But neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pill.
I know. It is my business to know. 300, their souls remain in Aethys still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your... Good. Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were. The last whisper of life and death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving...
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind.
Kill them all!
They won't see me coming.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you...
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me again.
The pits of her eyes darken briefly, flashing a death's head your way. The translucent mask quickly returns, and her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf hovering nearby. The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door. The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, set...
Oh, there's no way. How are you feeling? Sure.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire Archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
Misfortune's brewing topside, Magrans fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead.
Pirates,
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some All right, now make some use.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
Get armed and suited up. We gotta get on deck.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm? I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune. Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'd be quick.
Always like that one. Sometimes I like to wiggle.
Oh, I like your spirit. But that... Listen up, mates. I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't play with the crew if you'd like, but don't...
You heard, bandwidth!
you've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand. If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there. So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Shh. It's right behind you.
Unfortunately, I believe we'll be needing the Defiant yet. Unless you mean to settle down on the island for good.
Oh, there's a thought.
I'm certain you could, given enough time and supplies. But that wouldn't help you push the Defiant out to sea again. You'll need a crew. Andra claimed her fair share last night.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
These gods. You make one deal with them to stop a madman, and the next thing you know, they're threatening your soul.
That isn't much of a choice. But castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Help! Somebody! Per complang!
Well?
What is it? What is it?
Yeah? What do you need? Hmm? Hey, watch out. Leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
Watcher, over here.
There's nothing for miles.
It is good to see you well, Watcher. I believe the boars were hoping for easy meat. The bosun, Beadle, is in that cave over there. Ran in after a boar. Stubborn old dwarf. Sounds fine to me. See you there, Captain.
I'll see it done.
Spy! Magran, here! My flame burns yet!
Leave it to me.
Hey! Fancy seeing you here. I can't see much of anything, really, apart from you. Just endless gray. What happened? That's clear enough. A man doesn't just wind up in the in-between, not unless something real unfortunate happened to him. It's weird. I thought death would be different. Big light and so on, but I don't see anything at all. Just you. Oh. Suppose that sounds nice enough. I'll follow you then, shall I?
Still seeing ghosts, huh? Suppose you're stuck with that.
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
I suppose we are lucky to have found land.
Is that you? You woke just in time for the fun. Fighting off motherless raiders one moment, flung into the freezing depths of Ondra's bosom the next. Aye. Magran learns us poor bastards that a little excitement's good for the heart. Some others might think that blasphemy. But when Magran hears it, Captain, oh, she knows you're filled with a fire.
Can we go back on the ship now?
That's unkind. You're the one decided to pluck this wean from the wilds of Aer Glanfith. Blame that stone steward of yours for bringing the furry maid along.
Uncle Engram, you promised me ale.
Later, sweetie. Uncle Engram's thirsty too.
I guess we're not the first to head this way.
I'll see it done. We're not alone.
Hey. I'm on it.
What is it? No prisoners, down. We're not alone.
Yeah? What do you need?
Well? Yes? With pleasure.
Hey.
I'll see it done. I'll deal with this. Where there's a pick, there's a way. I'll deal with this. Leave it to me. We're not alone.
What do you need? Leave it to me.
Yes? Bring them down!
Hmm?
What is it? Taste this. Yes?
What do you need?
Yes?
Hmm? Leave it to me.
What is it? Bring them down! Get you hits.
What do you need?
Well?
What's a metal killing machine doing out here by himself in a cave anyway? Well, that's good. That R looks about as good as it's... This.
Damned pirates! Andra, take your scabrous souls for fish food.
Bayadol! Still alive and calling everybody scabrous, I see. Well, now we got a bosun. Just need a boat.
Adair! And I see that corpse we've been carting around is looking a slight more sprightly. Good to see the two of you, but mind your step. I've got myself in a spot of trouble. Been trying to find a way past without losing a leg or getting a face full of poison. Well, if you're certain. It's just bats and stinking corpses in this cave. You find anyone else? Then I'll head that way myself.
Cease rest. Now. You won't hold me for long.
Could be a fight.
For Aethys!
Not even close. Yes? I'll see it done. prisoners. Yes? With pleasure.
That looks like something.
Leave it to me.
That could have gone better. A quick rest would help, if you don't mind. Can't move. Hey, watch out.
What is it? They'll hurt yet.
What do you need?